that's why I don't take it. I don't know. And the biggest reason, I mean, that's a super big reason, but the biggest reason is because I promised the good Lord that if he allowed me to stop doing this shit, if he allowed me to get off this shit and retain, or just get back to where we retain my strength and retain my strength and be like I was before I took it, if he allowed me to do that, I promised him that I would never, ever, ever take another steroid again in my life. That's, I mean, really, I'm inspired to.
Okay, my beautiful, inspired people of fitness.
The most religious.
As promised, let me turn this down.
I seriously believe in God, and if I make a promise to God.
It's your mentor, it's your motivator, Carlos. And today I got a good video I'll be preparing for you, a cooking video. You see the title of the video. I'm going to show you how you set yourself up for success for that first most important meal of the day, which is your breakfast. So I'm in the kitchen right now. I got all my stuff laid out, as you can see. When the video first came on, actually I had a clip playing there of C.T. Fletcher. He's given a testimonial about some of his personal experiences with his drug use. So you guys should check that testimonial out. He's really laying it out on the lines and opening people's eyes up on the dangers and the uses for anabolics in the sport of bodybuilding. Anabolic steroids, that is. I am the same as C.T. Fletcher. I love the sport of bodybuilding. I've always loved the sport of bodybuilding ever since I was a kid. But there is a misconception that a lot of kids, a lot of young people, they have in terms of reality when it comes down to achieving elite fitness, achieving the size and the strength you want. And so you got to be careful. So young people out there, parents with kids, talk to your kids about the dangers of anabolic steroids. Being natural is the way to go, but at the same time, I'm not gonna knock those people out there who may use them, because it ain't up to me to judge. Hey, it's the man up above, God. None of us are perfect. We all fall short from grace every day. All we can do is just try to get back up and keep on striving again. But I've never used an anabolic drug in my life. First of all, the military would not tolerate that. We get urine tested and drug tested randomly, don't even know. And so it's just never appealed to me. I just love being natural. It just feels good. It makes me know that I'm doing everything the natural and the right way. So that's what you're getting from me, people. You get nothing but the truth and honesty when it comes down to me and my fitness. My fitness and the way I am right now is all from hard work, no drug use. So let's get right into this cooking video. That's my spill today. Another video coming on that, by the way. Got all my ingredients laid out right here. I'm gonna show you what we got. As you can see, I got the ground turkey here, honeysuckle brand. Oops. Check out the fat content on that. Just lean ground turkey. 85%, 15% fat. And I'm gonna season it with Mrs. Dash here. I love Mrs. Dash. A little on the costly side, but it's worth it, man. It's worth it. For people out there with high blood pressure, Mrs. Dash is the way to go. Helps really keep your vitals in check. I love my vitals, man. When I get on that blood pressure machine, my doctor says, man, do you even have a pulse? Because that heart is barely beating, and a lot of that comes from having low sodium in your body. So for those of you out there who really want to try to get your blood pressure under control, lay back on the salt, lay back on the pepper, go with Mrs. Dash for that all-out flavor. It won't do you wrong. I got my egg whites here. I'm gonna season my egg whites, and also egg whites, another prime example. No whole eggs. Get rid of those yolks. Cholesterol is too high in the whole eggs. Whole eggs are good to a degree. 1 or 2 yolks won't do you bad, but I'm also watching my fat contents. And I'm gonna season my egg whites with some Mrs. Dash original blend here, good stuff. And I'm gonna cut up some onions. I already got some actually diced up in there, as you can see. So I'm gonna use some onions, some bell pepper, different assorted flavors of bell pepper, and I'm gonna cut up enough to put inside my egg whites as well as my ground turkey. And then I love to start my day off, man, as you know, with some old-fashioned whole grain oats. And so I'm gonna be making probably just about a serving per meal prep, and a serving is 40 grams, as you can see. And check out the carbs per serving, 27 grams of carbs. So I'll get most of my carbs for the day from my breakfast, which is the most important meal of the day, and that'll fuel me throughout the day. Plus I'm gonna season or flavor my oats with some raisins here. I love raisins, California sun-dried raisins. And I normally would add another little sweetener to my oatmeal, this stevia, which is some good stuff here. 0-calorie sweetener. It doesn't have the aspartame in it. It has sucralose as a sugar substitute. And I'll use it with sprinkle some cinnamon in it. But when I was at the Arnold's Classic, I ran across this vendor here, ISO vendor, and they were selling these sweeteners here. And this is some really good stuff here. Really good stuff. Really turns that oatmeal into a Cinnabon. So this is a Cinnabon flavor. So what I'm going to do, I wanted to show you this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out the way. And all I'm going to do is add this as a sweetener, my raisins, along with the ISO Splash Cinnabon flavor inside my oatmeal. And then also, as far as water, I'm going to use unsweetened silk almond milk that I'm going to mix my oatmeal in. And check out 0 grams of sugar. It's gluten free. And check out the macros on it. Man, virtually harmless to the body. Virtually harmless. And so I got my measuring cup already out. I got my skillets already cleaned and washed out on the stove. Got my spatula. So we're going to go ahead and dig right on into this. I'm going to go ahead and start dicing up all my ingredients right there. Get a bowl. Cut the ground turkey and put it in the bowl. Let y'all see what it look like. Let's get to work. I got the ground turkey out of the pack, and I've already started adding all the ingredients to it. I've already started seasoning it, as you can see. I already put onions, some of the bell peppers that I diced up, as you can see. I've started adding those in there. I've already put some of the Southwest Chipotle in there. Now I'm about to add some of this Southwest, I'm going to say triple blend flavor by Mrs. Dash. Wake it up, people. Gotta wake it up a little bit. Give it some nice, good flavor. But it's not gonna ruin all of your healthy benefits that you're trying to achieve. And so once you get everything in there, you just put that hand in there, baby. Put that hand in there and get in it. Get in it. Mix it all up. Mix it all up. Meal prep time. Meal prep time. Your body will thank you for all the effort, all the sacrifice you put into this. As a method to the madness. As a method to the madness. I love meal prepping because this separates you from the rest of the pack. There's a lot of people who go out in the gym and work out, but they don't want to put the time in the kitchen. And so their gains aren't as better as somebody who actually put in the other added work, which is in the kitchen. Nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. So I'm actually going to add a little bit more Mrs. Dash to it. And one thing I do is, I'm cooking with one hand here, but as you see, I got a paper towel. I'm not going to contaminate my bottle here. So I want to put a little bit more seasoning in there. And that's what you got to be careful with too. You got to always be clean when you're cooking. Always be conscientious about what your hands are doing. So open this bottle back up. Now if I didn't have this camera in my hand, I'll rinse my hand off before I pick those bottles back up. And you got to clean as you go, clean as you go. There are some people who cook, and you know when they finish cooking, you look in the kitchen and it looks like a disaster just transpired. So you got to clean as you go, clean as you go. Wash your dishes. When you're done with a dish, clean that dish out, put it away. Wipe counters down, keep your hands clean. Sanitation, got to be careful. That way you don't spread germs or food poison yourself. That's very important. So, alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead now and put the camera down and form these patties up, and I'm gonna show you what they look like. Stand by. Okay, my beautiful inspired people of fitness. Yeah, like Lil Jon would say. Hey, there they are. Isn't that such a beautiful masterpiece? I got my breakfast ground turkey patties formed up. Man, those are beautiful. Now, keep in mind, I'm making a week's supply of breakfast meals. I'm meal prepping for a week for my breakfast. So I got a total of 7 I'm going to be preparing. 7 breakfast meals I'm going to be preparing. But as you can see, I got a total of 2, 4, 6, say I got 10 patties here. So I'll have a few left over for next week meal. And so there they are. So we got those all prepped up. Now we're moving right over to the next item that's going to be part of my high protein breakfast meal. It's going to be the egg whites. One item I forgot to touch on when I was laying out all the ingredients at the beginning of this video. I'm going to use some of this olive oil non-stick spray, which is good stuff to keep my patties from sticking to the pan, as well as my egg whites. I got my bowl already clean, already washed out, that I'm about to add my egg whites to. Now, once again, I'm making a week's worth, so let's check the macros, or well, let's check the serving size on it. If you look here on the nutritional facts on all your containers, it'll tell you what equates to a serving. Now, we're going to go with 7 days, so as you can see here, it says 3 tablespoons or 46 grams equals 1 serving. Now, there is, for every 28 grams, there's 2 ounces. That equates to 2 ounces. So right there, there's 2 ounces. And if we're going to go with a week's supply, we need a total of 14 ounces of egg whites. So I hope I explained that right to you. If not, just rewind it. You got to know how to track your macros. You got to know your milliliters. You got to know your ounces. You got to know your grams. You got to know how to track all that stuff, people. So I'm going to get my measuring cup here. And as you can see here, it goes up to a ½ liter, or it goes up to 20 ounces. So we're going to use 16 ounces. So we're going to get that puppy right there. So I already got it opened up. Seal was cracked on it. So now here we go. I'll pour it right in there. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. All righty. Now I could have eyeballed this. I'm sure some of you out there who's been meal prepping for a while, who's been into fitness like myself for a minute, we could have easily eyeballed this, because I'm not tracking macros at the present moment, because I'm just clean eating. But hey, keep in mind, there's people out there new to fitness every day, and they want to see how we do things. And so these are all just teaching points. And now I'm just going to add a little Mrs. Dash seasoning to my egg whites. Just enough to the visual eye. That's it. Look at that. All that good flavor. And then, like I told you, I'm going to put some of these leftover. I got a few leftover diced up onions and bell pepper that I'm going to add in there too. Yeah, there we go. Get in there, baby. Look at that, people. Look at that. That's how you add goodies to it. Good flavor, good flavor. Man, my heart, my body is happy already. and they hadn't even consumed any of this. This is what you call happy food. Does your body good, real good. Yeah, so we got those all formed up, all prepped. That's too easy, people, too easy. Okay, my beautiful people. As you see, we got the breakfast turkey patties already formed up. Ground turkey patties. Real good stuff. Can't wait. I got my egg whites already seasoned, ready to go. I had some left over, as you see. The container's not there. It's back in the refrigerator. Once again, you got to clean as you go. Clean as you go. And when you're done with something, don't keep it sitting out. Don't keep it sitting out. Put it away. Put it away. Always keep cleanliness and sanitation always in the back of your mind when you're cooking. When you're cooking, you always want to try to put things away. Keep things clean. Keep your hands clean. Clean as you go. As you notice, look over there. You don't see no pile of dishes. No pile of dishes. Clean as I go. I'm a neat freak. I like a clean house, clean kitchen. Before I start cooking, first of all, I never have dishes even in my sink. When I finish eating something, I clean it up right away. All right, so now we're about to make our servings for the week of ground great value oats here, old-fashioned oats. So we need a total 7 servings. Like I said, I usually go with about 40 grams. We're going to go with, if you look at the nutritional facts, a half a cup dry equals a serving. So we need a total of how many? If we're going for the week, 7 days in a week, you guessed right. We need a total of 3.5 cups. So what we're going to do is I got my measuring cup here. And you see the cups there, so we're going to have to fill this thing up. 1 time to 2 cups. Then we're going to come down to 1 cup, and then we're going to do a half a cup. So here's what that looks like. Too easy. So I got my lid off here. All right. Multitasking, people, multitasking. Hope I don't make a mess here. Now I could have used one of my scoopers there, but hey, I'm pretty stable-handed. I can do this just like a barber cutting hair, baby. Steady hands. Look at there. Got it. Too easy. And once again, if I wasn't recording this video, I can eyeball this. I can eyeball it. So right there, that's 2 cups. Look at there. Man, that's some good stuff. 2 cups. Then we're going to go with another 1.5 cups. See what we got here. Hope that's enough. Let's see. Okay, we got 1 cup. Let's go with another half of that. And I think that's about it right there, people. Let's see if we got it. All right. Yep. Right on time. Well, actually, a little bit too much. So let's put a little bit back. I want to always try to stay on point. Okay, now normally what I would do is I would take some of my cinnamon and I would go ahead and sprinkle that on in there and mix it all up inside the oatmeal so that way it can cook into those oats. But like I said, I'm going to try this new product out from ISO here, and I'm going to put this in after I finish cooking. I'm going to see what kind of flavor it actually gives my oatmeal here, because I don't want it too cinnamony, if that makes any sense. This is already a cinnamon bun flavor here, and I don't want to add ground cinnamon along with this and just have it the cinnamon overbearing. And plus it's got sweetener in it too, which is going to take the place of my stevia. So you got to be careful with that. Now, I will give it a taste test once I finish preparing it. And if it tastes like it needs a little bit more, then maybe I might add a packet of Splenda, maybe a splash of ground cinnamon on the day that I'm consuming each particular meal. So, without further ado, people, we're moving right along. I'll put the lid back on that puppy there. Now I can let that sit out for a second because that's dry products. But if you look on the back here now we're gonna go with, once again, almond milk. which is what we're going to cook our oatmeal in. And as you can see, water or milk. You need 3 cups for, well, 2.5 cups per every 3 servings. Now, I don't know about you. When I cook my oatmeal, I like my oatmeal thick. And so that requires me to add a little bit less liquid. And you can never be too sure sometimes, because I don't like soupy or runny oatmeal. I like my oatmeal thick. Same way I like my grits. So I usually will add that regardless by eyeball. I will add it and stir it and feel for the thickness. Feel for the condensity of it as it's forming up, as it's cooking. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my silk milk here. We're going to open this puppy up. I've already had a cup today. And I'm just going to eyeball this one. I'm going to pour about 2 cups in there. I already had the skillet already on. So there we go. About 2 cups there. And then we're going to take ground oats. I'm going to pour those in there. Yeah. And there we go. And then I'm going to take the patties here. Go ahead and start adding those to the skillet. Check that out, people. Oh yeah, it's cooking. It's cooking. Check it out, people. Got my ground turkey patties. They're cooking. Now, I went ahead and pull another skillet out because I had a few more patties left over. And I'm trying to cook them all at the same time. So, got another skillet out. I got my oatmeal here. It's boiling. It's cooking. And like I said, I didn't measure the silk milk in it because once again, I showed you the macros earlier on it. I don't really have to track that stuff. Even if I was macro counting, I wouldn't have to track this because it's virtually harmless to you. Just check that out. Only 1 gram of carbs per serving, only 1 gram of protein. But I mean, look at that sodium, look at that potassium. Get a lot of good nutrients from it. And what I did too, is I went on ahead and added some ground cinnamon to my oatmeal anyway. It's just such a habit. And oatmeal has so many healthy ground cinnamon added to your oatmeal. Ground cinnamon has so many health benefits. I could not leave that puppy out. I had to just add it in there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add the isotory splash flavor here just to taste. I'm gonna add this to taste versus my health benefit giving ground cinnamon, if that makes any sense to y'all. So right now this skillet ought to be good and warm. I can feel the heat from it. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this puppy down. Now normally what I would do if I wasn't holding this skillet, this phone, I would take that skillet and hold it in the air and spray it over the sink, not necessarily over the eye, but since this is an electric stove, it's not a gas stove, so there's not a flame underneath. You're a little bit safer, but it's always a good practice to spray your skillet with a aerosol can here away from the actual oven, because there have been cases where there's been, you know, explosions. So you want to always be mindful of that too. When you're cooking, you also will want to make sure you're thinking about safety. You want to make sure you're always thinking about the position of your handles and whatnot, because you may have small children and somebody can walk by and bump into that. So always be careful of that kind of stuff, people. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and, like I said, we're going to spray this puppy down. This is not a gas stove, no flame. Okay, my beautiful people. Everything is coming along mighty good here, mighty good. My oatmeal is about done. As you can see, it's nice and thick, so I'm gonna go ahead and lower the heat on it. You never want to cook also on super high. You don't want to cook on super high. Always cook on medium high, never super high. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this New item I was telling you about. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. Stand by, people. Okay, got that open. Now, I'm gonna add this to taste. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a splash of this in here, and it's supposed to be harmless. 0 calories, 0 grams of sugar. And I'm gonna give this a shot. See what it makes that oatmeal taste like. Let's see here. I'm just gonna stir it around just a little bit. I like my oatmeal thick, people. Yeah. Yeah, I love me some thick oatmeal. Love it thick. I don't like, if it can't stick to the spoon when you hold the spoon upside down, like that, it ain't good to me. I like it thick. I don't like it watery. Like Humpty Dumpty say, I like my oatmeal chunky. So let's give it a test here. I'm gonna get a fork. Look at that, so good you can pick it up, try it out with a fork. So let's see what we got here. Look how thick that is. That's all good juicy there. Good juicy. Check it out. Let's see what we got. Woo! Man, that is good. I tell you what, it's just like my mouth exploded. I'm in love with this. I'm in love with this. Woo, people, this is delicious. ISO, y'all got a hit here, baby. You see that? Man, it tastes just like a Cinnabon. I mean, it really does. Tastes just like a Cinnabon. My oatmeal tastes just like a Cinnabon, people. Woo! I'm not no salesperson for y'all. I'm not getting sponsored. I don't have no contract. But I tell you what, folks, you need to go out and try this. Go to their website. They're easy to find. I'm happy I came across this. Really makes eating healthy really fun. Oatmeal is done. I got them all containerized. Got 7 days worth there, as you can see. I got my ground turkey patty sausages. Those are all nice and cooked all the way through. Oh man, there's some good eating there. Good eating. And one other thing, one alibi. Man, that Cinnabon was so good. My oatmeal really didn't need no help. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I forgot to put my raisins in there. Actually, I had no need to. Because man, this oatmeal tastes so good. So good with this ISO Cinnabon here. Man, they're gonna give me a sponsorship the way I keep on promoting them. So if any of y'all know anybody that work for that company, tell them to check this video out because I'm giving them huge props. So what we're gonna do, I still am gonna add some raisins to my oatmeal. I'm just gonna sprinkle a few on the top here, just for the health benefits. A good source of fiber. You want to make sure you keep that fiber in your diet. Fiber is important, man. I can't emphasize that enough. Good digestion. Got to have a good digestion to remain healthy. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little raisins, just a sprinkle on the top of them for added health benefits. The same way I decided to add the cinnamon there to give me some more added health benefits. So I'm gonna do that like that. Hope y'all can see this. Multitasking, people. You gotta know how to multitask. Alright, so I got that done. Now the only item we left to cook is just our egg whites. So they're like they're waiting too. So I got the skillet over here already heating up. Alright, I just rinsed it out. Let that little water dry off right there. I'm gonna crank it up just a little bit. Once again, don't cook on high, people. Man, you won't believe how many tenants. Let me talk to my tenants. How many tenants I've had to just ruin my stoves because they cook too high. And what happens is you burn out the heating elements. And a landlord like myself has to go out and really buy a new stove because it's way cheaper to buy a new stove than to replace all these elements. So anyway, That's my vent moment. I'm sorry they just struck a chord because I'm in the real estate business as well, people. I have rental property. So for those of you out there who want to know a little bit more about me, that's a fun fact. I am a real estate investor. All right, so we're gonna spray this skillet down, and while we're on that subject, there, you know, that's why I'm doing this for fun, people. I'm just sharing my life, telling my story with you guys just for fun. It's not about financial gain or anything for me with this. This is just something I love to do. I love to do this. I've been doing this all my life. I didn't just wake up yesterday and pick up a barbell and start lifting weights. I've been doing this all my life. And I see everybody else sharing their stories, and they make it seem so hard what they're doing, like only a few people can do it. And I'm like, man, I've been doing this for over 20 years. So let me share my story with some people out there. And plus, like I said, I get so many questions asked in the gym, and people want to know my story and how I train. And that's why I'm coming to you people. So I got the egg whites in the skillet. Stand by, people. We're going to cook these puppies up here. I'm going to let you know how they're progressing. Egg whites are cooking, people. Oh, man, just look at that. Just look at all that goodness. All the egg whites are done, beautiful people. I'm transferring them now over to their new home out of the skillet. I've actually been putting them over there in the dish. I'll show you what they're all looking like here in a minute. All right, man. It's kind of hard to do things with one hand here, but we're gonna make it happen one way or the other. Just show y'all what they look like. So I'm gonna do all this like this. This one ain't gonna be as pretty as the other ones I got over there laid out for you, because I was able to use both hands, obviously. But hey, we're gonna get it done. So check it out. You see how it's coming along. All right, that's good enough for now. So we're gonna take that puppy over here. We're gonna grab one of my breakfast ground turkey sausages, patties, and put it right on top. And voila, people, there they are. There they are. Look at all of that goodness. Goody, 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 goody. We got ground breakfast turkey sausage seasoned with different flavors of bell pepper, onion, and some Mrs. Dash seasoning. We got oatmeal flavored with some cinnamon and some ISO cinnamon bun flavor sugar substitute. Topped off with some raisins, as well as egg whites, seasoned with some Mrs. Dash Southwest Chipotle seasoning, with some mixed up onions, bell pepper in there. Macro friendly would do your body some good. So I hope you enjoyed this cooking video, this meal prep video. You too can create these same dishes. Just put a little time. Put your apron on and get on in the kitchen and make it happen. For a lot of you guys out there who don't like the meal prep, it can be a chore, but hey, you know what? Your body will thank you in the end. And I know some of you are asking, well, why do I put them all together in one dish? Well, it doesn't bother me. I'm from the country. When mama used to cook bacon, eggs, grits, and sausage, it all ended up in a bowl, chopped up together anyway. And it's just the way I like to eat my food. Some people don't like their food touching, which I find is very bizarre. It's all going to go in the stomach and be mixed up and digested all together. So you got to cook from the soul. You got to cook from how you feel. You got to cook on how it's going to please and gratify you. So that's gratifying to me. That's going to please me. That's going to make me happy. Plus also, those are condensed. They take up a very minimum amount of space inside the refrigerator. So it's good. It's good. Stay motivated, people. Stay strong. As always, comment, like, share, subscribe to my channel. Pass this video on others, because there's a lot of people out there who want to know what it's like to try to meal prep and eat healthy. And you know what to do. Follow me. Keep on waiting for new, exciting, more video footages, as well as workout videos, tutorials, meal preps. They're coming your way. I just started Instagram, so for those of you out there on Instagram, check me out on Instagram. And man, we're doing great things. We're doing great things. I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good, because I'm helping you to feel good. So as always, aim for the stars. But if you hit the moon, like MJ, moonwalk, baby.